terrible. It has no bite. What do you think?
It's vile.
God, man, are you trying to go blind?
Oh my, that is quite toxic, isn't it? Oh, yes! I hate this! It is revolting! More? Please.
And greetings everybody, and welcome to another JeSter Reviews, where today we will be looking at the Deimos pilot destroyer, T6-X. Now, for those of you who are not aware, this ship featured in the first season of Picard, and this was where the synth droids attacked Mars, and these were the ships that you saw in the first season of Picard doing that dastardly deed, which yes, I won't go too much into that story. I nearly did then, didn't I? I nearly did. Yeah, but I don't want to spoil it for you. But anyhow, let's have a look at this ship. Now, I know some of you may not like the look of this ship. It's not exactly a standard Federation Constitution design type of ship. Yes, it's weirdly... in fact, I think it looks like a little bit of a Babylon 5 type look to it. But anyhow, I quite like this ship actually. It's very, very cool to fly, and it has my favourite console on board as well, which is the immolating phaser lance, but we'll go into that later. But yeah, just look at this. It's cool. I do like the look of this ship. I really do, even though it does look a bit odd. But anyway, there you go. Now, we won't be going to look at this in the ship's tailor. I nearly said ship's doctor again. I'm obsessed with calling it the ship's doctor, but it's not. The ship's tailor. We won't be going down there to look at it because there's not much really to look at. Likewise, you don't get much of a bridge with this ship. It's the standard bridge that you get with normal event ships, to be honest with you. I'm quite disappointed that we didn't see a bridge of this ship, but yeah, you can't have everything, can you? Now, just some details of where I acquired this ship. So here we go. I picked this pack up some time ago in another sale. This is the Muds Fighter Pilot Choice Pack, and it's currently on sale for 14,750 Zen. So as of today, the 25th of March 2023, and it's nearly 11:15 in the morning, this sale will end in 2 days, 7 hours and 46 minutes. So I acquired the Deimos Pilot Destroyer, the Lacerina Heavy Raider, and the Quijon Pilot Frigate. I always can't pronounce that for some strange reason, and I won't tell you how many takes it took me to get that right, but if I've got it right. But anyhow, there you go. So those were the three ships that I picked up, and the Deimos Pilot Destroyer has been a really, really good ship, to be honest with you, because it comes with the immolating phaser lance. Right, moving on. So when you pick up your Deimos Pilot Destroyer, you'll find at level 65 she has a hull of 51,750. She has a hull modifier of 1.15 and a shield modifier of 0.95. Her turn rate is 17 and she has an impulse of 0.21. Her inertia rating is 70 and she has a bonus power of +10 to weapons power and +10 to engine power. Bridge officer seating is as follows. You get an ensign universal station, a commander tactical stroke pilot station, a lieutenant commander tactical stroke intel station, a lieutenant commander engineering station, and a lieutenant science station. Her weapons consist of 5 to the front and 2 to the rear, and you can equip dual cannons. This ship has a type specific experimental weapon slot, which features the experimental kinetic feedback matrix. She has 3 device slots, and her consoles consist of 5 tactical, 4 engineering and 2 science. Her abilities include the immolating phaser lance and pilot maneuvers. For all of you who collect Admiralty stats, you get 41 engineering, 65 tactical and 20 science. The immolating phaser lance on this ship is one of the best consoles I've found in the game, and I wouldn't be without it on any of my phaser builds. So looking at the build, we have 5 weapons to the front and 2 to the rear. I've equipped this ship with 4 phaser wide handle dual heavy beam banks. The first one being the phaser wide handle dual heavy beam bank from your Discovery Reputations tab, and this is giving me a plus 2% bonus all damage. That's followed by 3 covert phaser dual beam banks, and finishing that off with the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo, which is also giving me a plus 2% bonus all damage, and is part of a 3-piece set which you can acquire from your Discovery Reputations tab. And that third of the set is there, which is the Tactical Lorca's Custom Fire Control. In the rear, I'm running the Omnidirectional Covert Phaser Beam Array, and that's in conjunction with the Terran Task Force Phaser Beam Array, which again is a really good piece of kit, and that's part of the Terran Reputations tab, and we're getting a plus 2% bonus all damage. It is also part of a 3-piece set, but I'm only rocking this for now. Now I won't go too much into this build. As always, I'm trying to keep the length of the videos down, but if you do want any details on what I'm actually putting together here, just drop me a line below and I'll be sure to answer to the best of my abilities. And finally, the console that comes with this ship is the Universal Immolating Phaser Lance, which gives us a plus 15.8 phaser damage and 43.8 Starship shield penetration. This, in my humble opinion, is one of the best consoles in the game, and I wouldn't be without it now on any of my other phaser builds. Moving on to the traits, at tier 1 we get a plus 5 accuracy rating. At tier 2 we get a plus 15% critical severity. At tier 3 we get a plus 2.5% critical chance. At tier 4 we get a plus 10% kinetic energy damage and energy damage. Slipped up there, didn't I? I got a bit tongue-tied. And finally, at level 5, the trait Formation Flying. Distress calls summon 2 synth destroyers for 30 seconds. Now I have to say I'm very disappointed with this trait. I have slotted it for a couple of my runs, especially for this review, and I haven't had the opportunity to use it, to be honest with you. The ship is very fast, it's really good, and yeah, it has been in trouble a few times, but the thing is, as soon as I hit this is the one, the Fleet Support 3 or Fleet Support, expecting to see these destroyers, the ship has actually repaired before I've had a chance to hit that. So yeah, so the trait for me, I haven't found it useful, to be honest with you, so I will be reverting back to something else. So moving on to the stats, I've got the hull up to 114,025. The 4 rear, right and left shields are at 18,560. The resists are, you know, they're fairly sweet actually, mid-30s. We have an accuracy rating of 109, critical chance of 47%, and a critical severity of 200.1%. Now, I have played around with the resists a little bit. I mean, I have, what did I pop on here? Let's have a look. I did pop. There it is. So I popped on the Universal Bounty Hunter's Friend. Let's see what that does. Yes, that punches up the resists well into the mid-40s, apart from radiation resists. But of course, we've now lost some hull defense rating. That's dropped to 105 from 114. So I wonder what happens if I do that. No, that's no. So I think what I'll do is I shall go back to my spinal mount plasma torpedo, just because the hull's more important to me than the shields, to be honest with you. But I'm quite happy with that. All told, I think that's not too bad, to be honest with you. Right, so let's take her into harm's way and see what she can do, shall we? So here we are, Beta Theodore system. Enjoy the ride. Well, wasn't that a thoroughly decent run? I really did enjoy that. And to be honest with you, I've never been one for putting stats up on the screen with spreadsheets and saying, yes, this is what this ship can do, and, you know, one thing and another. I always like to demonstrate what this ship can do. And my word, she did very, very well, far beyond my wildest expectations for a destroyer. Now, for all of you who are following me on my Japori challenge, let's have a quick look, see where she fared on the Japori challenge, shall we? So here we are. As you can see, she's now in a healthy 4th place in my Japori challenge, pushing down the legendary D7 Intel battle cruiser. Yeah, 1 minute 55 in my Japori challenge. That was really, really good, actually, and I'm sure I could have squeezed a few more seconds out of it. But as you can see, the proof is in the pudding. I don't have to put stats up on the screen for you and spreadsheets. You can see for yourself that, you know, she can do the business, and I was quite pleased with that run. Now then, if we look at the bottom tier, 11th place to 16th place, I've only touched 16 ships, to be honest with you, on this run. As you can see, we've now pushed the Vadwar Miracle Worker Juggernaut to 11th place, and unfortunately the Fakiri Burjai Interceptor is now down in 14th place. And I'm sure as we add to this list, there's going to be a few more ships tumbling down to the bottom of the pile. So I really do hope you've enjoyed that review of the Deimos Pilot Destroyer. I would highly recommend this ship, and if you can get past what she looks like, she's really, really fun to fly. She really is. I thoroughly enjoy her, and she will be part of my fleet when I put her to the test. I may even have a go at PvP with her to see how she fares there. Actually, I think I've got a bit of work to do with her before I take her into that arena. So don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please can you hit that subscribe button for me, and give us a like as well, because that really does make our day. And as always, speaking of days, I'll leave you to the rest of yours. So, until next time, this is JeSter signing off. What's that, number one? You've had a request from Mr. Potato Head's brother? He's wanting to transfer to our ship? Oh no.
If it is jokes you desire, I could summon the court jester.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
My God, Picard, the place is a bloody death trap. Lightning bolts falling from the ceiling.
Please, Spock, do me a favor. And don't say it's fascinating. No. But it is interesting.
Dana, that was not funny. Hold the jester!